Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you are a new subscriber slash new watcher. Today I'm going to be doing a Harry Potter book tag, which I am so excited. I can't wait. I love Harry Potter. It is my life, as you can tell. I've got my Harry Potter jumper on, the Deathly Hallows, and featuring all of my Harry Potter books behind. I was tagged in this by Selina Reads, well, Selina at Selina Reads. So yeah, I thought I would go ahead and do this book tag because Harry Potter is my life, so why wouldn't I? Okay, so the first question is, what is your favourite book? Now, I only read the books a year ago and I didn't expect this book to be my favourite book. The book is The Half-Blood Prince, so I didn't expect it to be my favourite book because it's my least favourite film, because it's just so long and I feel like the only thing that happens is that Dumbledore dies. So it just feels like when I'm watching, I'm just almost rooting for him to die because it's just so long and drawn out, and it just drags on forever, and yeah, I just feel like the only thing you're waiting for is for him to die and the film to be over. So when I read this book, I went in being like, oh, I'm gonna hate this one, I'm gonna have to read, how many pages is it? Like 600 pages in a drawn out way like the film. But it was nothing like that, like nothing at all. I loved the way that, I don't know, I just felt like I thought a whole different way to Professor Slughorn. I didn't like him in the films, I didn't feel a connection to his character. I feel like in this book you really felt a connection to that, and so yeah, I feel like this is my favourite book because I wasn't expecting it to be the best, it was just so different to how I was expecting it to be, so I think that's why I enjoyed it the most. And the next question is, what is your least favourite book? Now, I feel like you're supposed to answer this from the original 7, but there's not one of those that I don't enjoy. I enjoyed every single one, I'd watched every film and loved every film, and I just felt the books added to what I had already got. It added to every character, I saw more of the story, and I just feel like I couldn't pick any of those books. So my least favourite is The Cursed Child. Not in a sense that because it's a screenplay I didn't enjoy it, I didn't enjoy the story. I felt like it was so well written and it was such a good twist and everything, but I just felt so uncomfortable reading it. I'm trying not to do any spoilers in case anybody hasn't read it yet, in case anybody doesn't know, but there was just parts of the story that it was just so wrong, and it just killed everything for me, and I was like, please don't make it be left like this. And luckily it was done by the end, but I just felt like I had to keep putting it down because I just didn't want to believe what was going on. So yeah, this is why I would say this was my least favourite book, just because of the way that the story went. I loved that it was a screenplay. It's the first screenplay that I've read, so I really enjoyed that, and I loved the fact that it was a screenplay. I felt like it flowed really nicely and it was a really quick story. But yeah, the storyline, unfortunately I just couldn't do the story. Okay, so the third question is, what is your favourite movie? Now, the favourite movie, I'm not sure if I have a favourite. I would say if any it would be The Order of the Phoenix, just because it has all of my favourite characters in it, so I love to watch it, and I quite like the contrast between like they're now trying to invite Snape into like the Order of the Phoenix, and the younger ones are like Harry and all of that are like, oh, don't trust him, and then there's like Lupin and Sirius are like, you know, it's changed, like we can trust him, it's fine. So yeah, I would say that just because it has all of my favourite characters in it, that would be why it is my favourite film. The fourth question is, what is your least favourite film? I would say it would probably be part 1. Now that it would have been, I would have said The Half-Blood Prince, because it used to be my least favourite film. But now that I've read the book and when I watch it back, I can connect to those characters that I didn't connect to before, and I'm not waiting for Dumbledore to die at the end. I see a lot more in the film now than I did previously. So now I would say that it would be part 1 of the Deathly Hallows, just because with this one it's just so long and drawn out and nothing really happens, and they're just sort of like going around, and I feel like there was probably a lot missed out. So in the book there's like a lot more that happens that could have happened in the film, but I feel like this one was just like, there was mainly only Harry, Ron and Hermione going around, sort of going to different places, they get split up. Like, it was a good film, but I just felt like it just didn't hit it the same way as the others did. And question 5 is, what is your favourite Weasley? She's not an original Weasley, but she's definitely still a Weasley. I would definitely say Molly Weasley. I love the way she protects her children, and I love the way that she tries to bring everybody together and takes in Harry, and she's such a like mother figure, but she really stands up for what she believes in at the same time. She's part of the Order of the Phoenix, but at the same time she tries to take like a background, and she tries to look after the kids more than obviously the rest of them do, because they want to get out and start fighting everybody, but she like has that really big family connection, which I really love. And question 6 is, what is your favourite professor? No shadow of a doubt, definitely Professor Lupin. He is my utmost favourite character of all, whether it's your favourite professor or like not your favourite, like out of all, Professor Lupin. I love the way that he sort of also takes in Harry when he becomes a professor, and he's sort of like different than all of the others. It's when they start learning new things, it seems really exciting. I feel like if I went to Hogwarts, that would be the favourite class that I went to. I absolutely love his character and the way he is, and all of the struggles that he has to go through as well, and the way he deals with it. And I think I loved when in the Order of the Phoenix, when Sirius dies, when I'm reading the book, you really see that actually that leaves Lupin on his own. He's the last Marauder left. Obviously there's Peter Pettigrew, but there's that disconnection there. But I feel like, yeah, like you really see a big side of him. And I know there's a lot of like controversy within him in the Deathly Hallows in the book, where he tries to leave Tonks with being pregnant and stuff. I understand that, but I think he was really trying to do the best for his family, and he didn't want to hurt anyone. So yeah, I'm not changed. He is my favourite professor. If discounting him, and I had to pick a different professor, because obviously he's my favourite character, so that's a bit unfair, I would definitely say Professor McGonagall. She is hilarious. I love the way Maggie Smith plays her. She's so like sassy almost, and it's just hilarious the way like she portrays her, and yeah, I think she just plays it to the T. She would definitely be my favourite professor after Professor Lupin. Question 6 is the character you felt different about than in the film. So this question is, so which one between the film and the book was different, I think. So I would probably say Ginny. I feel like there's so much more to her story than is in the films. Like, she just sort of is this little girl who kind of like peeps around, but there's so much more. I love the sort of love between Ginny and Harry that goes between the books, and it's a much bigger part, more because I know it's difficult for them to show that in the film, because obviously it's when Harry's sort of thinking about it by himself and he's not speaking to anyone else about it, and he's constantly thinking about Ginny. I think I just really like that sort of, there's a lot more love between them in the books than there is in the film, so I feel like she's not portrayed as well in the films. Which house did you first want to be sorted into? Well, of course, when I was growing up and I was watching it, obviously the main two in the films is like Gryffindor and Slytherin, so you either have to decide whether you want to be good or bad. So I only ever watched the films as a kid, so obviously I wanted to be a Gryffindor. Who wouldn't? Like, you get to run around and have loads of fun and fight loads of monsters and stuff and still have a good time, and like still get like house points for it and be like a good person. So definitely I wanted to be a Gryffindor. Never would I want to be a Slytherin. I'm sorry for all of you Slytherins out there, but I just couldn't. Okay, so question 9 is, which house were you actually sorted into? So I took the test on Pottermore and I was sorted as a Hufflepuff. First of all, I was like, oh, great, don't really know much about Hufflepuff. Don't really want to be a Hufflepuff, they're like not cool. But then I looked up a lot of information on Hufflepuffs. I was like, do you know what, I'm going to find out why like Pottermore has decided to make me a Hufflepuff. And it's just, I've been enlightened. It is so my house. I love it. I am so a Hufflepuff in every way. I love looking on Pinterest where there's so it's described of what the houses would look like. Obviously part of it's in keeping with what JK has said, but I love that it's like set underground. It's right by the kitchen, which is great. Who doesn't want to be by the kitchen? And there's loads of little plants and cacti and all of that sort of thing, and I am definitely a sort of lover of that sort of thing. And all of their beds are covered in like patchwork throws, and it's like really cozy, and like I love that sort of atmosphere. So I really feel like I would love to be in the dorm. And then also at the same time, obviously Hufflepuffs are loyal and just and patient. I'm not the biggest follower of patience. I feel like I can't really live by that one. I feel that loyalty and those sort of values are definitely something that I like to live by. So I am so happy that I got sorted into Hufflepuff, because it's really the house for me more than any of the others. And the 10th question is Hallows or Horcruxes. I feel like my jumper would tell you which. Definitely not a fan of Horcruxes. Like, means you can't die unless all of your other parts of your soul have been destroyed. Who wants to live forever? I get the point of some people really think that that's a good thing, but all you're going to see is watch all of your family and friends and all of that pass on, and you're just going to be left. It's not really something that I would be happy with. Definitely the Hallows. I mean, of course I would only pick the invisibility cloak. I mean, I don't want the others. Obviously the story, you don't want the others, you just want the invisibility cloak, and it would be good to, you know, put the cloak on and hide and walk around and play a few jokes and stuff. And, you know, I just feel like, yeah, definitely Hallows. So that is my Harry Potter book tag. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to tag down below Selina's video, so you can go and watch that as well. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.